Barb here from barbstamps.com in Sheridan, Wyoming. It's Thursday night. That means I'm live on YouTube. And so it must be, let's see, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain. That's where I live, 6 Central and 7 Eastern. And I need to turn this light on. So there we go. I always have 3 lights on when I'm live. Well, actually, when I do any sort of filming. And I don't even know if they work or not. They're like super cheap lights you can get at Home Depot. And I literally have them covered with our vellum cardstock to diffuse the light a little bit. Is what it is. So if you are here joining me, I have a pinned post at the top of the chat. It's been a day here today. I had a list a mile long of things that I needed to get done. I got up this morning at 5 o'clock because my son works at 6, and so much. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, make him breakfast, make his lunch, and send him off to work. I don't know, 6:30. Okay, so this is a little early for me. This is like the 4th day in a row. I'm a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. And I had a lot of stuff to do. I had like 6 videos to shoot. I had project tutorials to type up. I just, the amount of things I had on my list was just ridiculous. So I get him off to work. I get my husband off to work. I come down here to start my day because I'm ready to go. And the first thing I need to do is to print some mailing labels because I've got some kits I need to send out. My printer decides it does not want to connect to my internet. Why? How would I know? I'm not a printer guru. I don't have any idea what's wrong. I struggle with that thing, and I'm cursing my fool head off because I'm just livid. I'm like, why won't you connect? What is the problem? My computer's connected, my phone's connected, my iPad's connected, everything's connected, but this stupid printer. Did I get it fixed? No, of course not. How could you possibly get that fixed? After about, I swear, it was about 2 hours, I figured out a workaround that sucks, for lack of a better word, and takes a long time to get that to work. So pretty sure I'm going to be in the market for a new printer. When I tried to Google what's wrong, it kept telling me that I needed to update my drivers. I don't even know what that means. So I tried to figure that out, but I think the problem is my computer won't connect to the internet. So how am I supposed to update anything on it? You know? Hello? Isn't that like when you ask Google a definition of word and it gives you the word and the definition? How much sense? How helpful is that? It's not helpful at all. So that still doesn't work. Then after I finally get rid of the stress about that, I'm like, okay, we're just gonna move on. We're gonna plan our projects for tonight. It's not a problem. I'm using my basket, the cheerful basket set, because that's my kit class for the month. We're just gonna go ahead and get that done. Can't find the basket die. I was literally working with it yesterday. I did all of my cards yesterday. One of them I'm going to do for you guys tonight. Can't find the die. Spent another probably 2 hours. I dumpster dived in every trash can in my stamp room with a magnet trying to find the dump thing. Not in there. It's not under this. It's not over there. It's not connected to this. It's not stuck in this stamp set that I was using. It's not on the floor. It's literally gone. Another 2-ish hours of my day completely wasted. So, of my huge list of things I had to get done today, let's see, what did I get done? I made, well, they're not even that great at cards, let's just be honest. I made a few cards for you guys tonight. Hopefully they go well, because I'm not in any mood to screw any of this stuff up. You know how usually I screw stuff up? I'm just not in the mood today. So it's been a day. It's been a day. And of course, you know, normally it wouldn't matter that I didn't get anything done, but I'm leaving on vacation on the 30th of July for 2 weeks. I have no internet where I go, so I have to get a lot of things pre-done before I leave so that things go while I'm gone. Ugh. Yeah, I almost canceled this, you guys, but I thought I can't. I was not live 2 weeks already. I just had to do it. So yeah, so we're going to hope that it goes. And you know, honestly, I'm just sitting here thinking, I just want to go home. I want to go home and go to bed. I'm already at home. That doesn't work out so good. So, and you'll laugh, I'm wearing the exact same clothes I was wearing yesterday because I didn't get a shower. So I just had to kind of, you know what you do when you haven't had a shower. You just try to wing it. So there's that. And I'm sure you guys are thinking, oh my gosh, these are totally third world or first world problems. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in the world, and these little tiny things in my little stamp room are nothing compared to what a lot of people are going through. And I totally understand that. I get that. I'm not oblivious to that. But for those 4 hours today, I was beat. I was a beaten down woman. So, anyway, here we are. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you wouldn't mind. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, so did anybody need anything? I always sit here and I just rant like a crazy fool, and then maybe somebody's like having a problem and they need the question answered. So I'm going to quickly look here. La 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 la. Oh, Joanne says sometimes, Joanne, that's funny you should say unplug it. I literally hauled this beast upstairs, not once, twice, to get it closer to my router, thinking, oh, certainly if I get it closer to the router, it'll connect to the internet. Yeah, it connects for like 3 seconds and then it's not connected. And then you wait, and then it might connect again, and then it doesn't connect. I don't know how many times I turned the thing off. I reset it to the factory defaults. I mean, I literally did every single thing that I could possibly figure out to do to get the dumb thing to work. And I think I'm just going to buy a new one because I can't spend any more ridiculous amount of times on the stupid thing. Now, granted, it wasn't the most expensive model of printer. It was at Walmart. It was about a year and a half ago. I think I paid $100 for it. So it's probably not that great. I don't feel like $100 is a quality printer. And I do use it quite a bit. But anyway. So I'm glad you guys are all here. We're going to have a good night. We're going to have a good night. It's going to be good. Yes, Terry, I did reboot the router. I mean, I did all the things. I literally did everything you could possibly do to get that stupid thing to connect. It will not do it. So I don't know if there's just some weird thing in there that's just decided to not work anymore. It's like, no, we're done. We're just going to go on a permanent vacation and we're done connecting to the internet for you. I don't know, but I literally did it. I mean, I literally messed around with it for 2+ hours, just, up the stairs, down the stairs, thinking it was going to work, trying to print. I had all the, how when you send something to the printer, it goes into the queue. And then if you don't take it out, when it finally decides it wants to work, it might spit some of that stuff out. Well, it did decide to work briefly, and it spit out like 15 pages of stuff that I had already, because like I said, I had figured out a workaround. That's a pain in the butt, but it will work until I can find a new printer. Anyway, who cares? Let's be done with that. Let's just push that out of here because I don't need it anymore. Okay, you guys, guess what? I don't have any son stories. He went to the dentist on Wednesday. The guy said that the teeth look okay. He's got that little wire thing glued to all of his teeth. And he said, the biggest thing now is just to make sure that the wire doesn't come loose from the little glued things that are on the teeth so that the teeth can stay where they're supposed to stay. He said, we still have no idea whether they're going to die or not. Who knows? But so far so good. He still is not allowed to bite into anything. And the guy said it probably won't be for a number of months that you can't bite into things. So everything needs to be cut up and stuffed in the side of the mouth because he can chew. He just can't bite with his front teeth. So that was a good visit. We will be going back as soon as we get back from vacation. He'll go back again. He's got to go back every 2 to 3 weeks for probably the next 2 or 3 months, just to keep looking at it and checking it and to make sure things are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So anyways, so I guess that's good. Yeah. And I guess that's it. My poor husband, he was getting our boat ready to go on vacation, and he went to our boat's a very low profile boat. It's a 1974 boat. It's old. But it's his baby because he's redone the whole thing. He repainted it. He redid all the seats inside. He recarpeted it. I mean, he did everything. So it's in our garage. If we had another car here, we would not have that car in the garage. The boat goes in the garage. So again, it's not the nicest boat in the world, but it's his baby because he rebuilt the thing. So he was messing around with it the other day, trying to get it started because it's always a son of a gun to get started at the beginning of the season. And he went to hoist himself up into the boat, and somehow he did something to his rib. I think he either dislocated it or I don't know what he did, but he's been having a serious problem with that now. And I just give him grief because he's 5 years younger than me. So I just always say, you're over 50 now, darling. That's the kind of stuff that happens when you're over 50. And the thing that stinks about problems over 50, they don't go away. So if you get ailment or a pain, you'll have that ailment or pain forever. So there you go. All right, I am going to now check the comments and see if anybody has a fantastic suggestion for me, because you just never know, right? Usually have to, yeah. Marriage says technology sucks sometimes. I usually have my printer likes to print black and white, and I have to uninstall reinstall. I tried that too. I just don't know. Try turning off your, I did that. I need a new printer, Joanne. Bingo. That's exactly what I need. It's probably a new printer. Oh, and Amy says I need a drink. I probably do. That's what I'm missing. A shot of tequila? No, just kidding. That would make me puke. Drinks and a new printer are in my future. Yes, Katie. That sounds like a fantastic idea. If only I had some drinks here. There are no drinks here. That printer will from 2 different computers. Laura, her printer. Oh, she has an Epson 3760. I have an Epson also. I've always had Epsons. I've never had this problem with them. So this thing's like a 3730 or some dumb thing like that. So you said 3760. Okay. We'll check into that. Thank you for the tip, Laura. Okay, guys. I think that's kind of it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera. And we'll get the party started, as they say. So some of you guys probably are members of our catalog kickoff group, and I was live in there yesterday, and I thought I was going to have an internet problem, but I did not. So we're going to hope I don't have an internet problem tonight, because which has nothing to do with my printer. It's just that my internet can sometimes go out when it gets really hot, because the box that supplies all the internet to the house is on the back deck, and when it's really hot outside, like it's 100 degrees here today, that decides that it doesn't want to work. So there's just so many things. Okay, so anyways, last week, you guys, these are the cards that I made. This is the beautiful World of Wonder card that I made using that amazing Rays of Light background stamp. I still really just love this card. I look at it and I just go, oh my gosh, I just love this card so much. There you go. I made this cute butterfly card. I just trimmed the butterflies out of the designer series paper, used some of that fun new glitter washi tape on there, and then added a little bit of twine. And then this, oh my gosh, Mary, you are so sweet. Mary, I'm going to put that money towards a new printer. So Mary just gave me a little bit of a tip, and I'm going to put that towards my new printer. So thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate that. This is another card that I made last week for you using the note cards and envelopes that were, I stress the word were, free for celebration. They're sold out. I realize it's only been 12 days into the celebration period, but they're gone. So that's kind of a bummer. But of course, you could still copy this card. You could just put it on a different color of cardstock and it would look fantastic. You could even just play around with the colors. So I made this one too. And so that was what we did last week. All right, and so some of you were saying how you're in the catalog kickoff group, and we all made some amazing cards. We did. We really knocked it out of the park this time, you guys. So those of you that are already in there, the 3 lives are, we've already gotten 3 lives done. We've got 4 to go, so don't think we're done. We are just barely getting started in that group, you guys. Okay, so my special for the month of July, well, not the whole month, but through the 23rd, is the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Gems with a $75 purchase. So if you order $75, you'll get a free celebration item plus the Sparkle Gems. So that's awesome. All right. And of course, as you guys know, if you're not a demonstrator, you should be. Oh my gosh. Trish, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Trish also gave me money towards my new printer. You guys are awesome. How can I have a bad day when I know I'm coming here live and chatting with you guys and just having so much fun, and you're so sweet and uplifting and kind. So thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, Katie, seriously? You guys are going to buy my entire printer tonight, I have a feeling. Thank you so much. So we have Mary, Katie, and Trish. All of you guys have those funny little comments in the section now with those cute little people. So thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Now I can't even remember what I'm doing. Oh, we're talking about celebration. So shopping obviously gets you free products. Hosting gets you a free planner collection, which I happen to have here. This beautiful planner collection. And Jan is telling you guys that all 9 catalog kickoff make and take projects are amazing. And she's not wrong. They are amazing. So that's just great. Okay, what else? Laura says we have internet. Yeah, Laura, I don't know what the heck it is. Internet. We don't have a Costco here, of course. I have a Walmart. That's it. We live in a tiny little town and we've got literally nothing here. So this is a beautiful planner that you get if you join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator between now and the end of August. And so it is beautiful. It's like a leather-ish. It's not real leather, but it just really feels very, very nice. Very high quality. You've got this beautiful petal pink inside. It comes with all the papers and month dividers and everything you need for the next 18 months. You've got some stickers. You get some notebooks and a stamp set that I can't find at this moment. Maybe it's with my die that I lost. Who knows? Hopefully I find the die because I don't really want to buy a whole new set of dies. Okay. And then, oh yeah, hosting, you get the free pomegranate set if you host a party of at least $300 or order at least $300. Nobody judges that. Then you get the perfect pomegranate stamp set. So that's awesome. All right, we already talked about the catalog kickoff. There are a ton of you guys watching me tonight that are in the catalog kickoff. If you're not, you should be. If you're a Stamp Happy Academy subscriber, you get this for free. So there is a link under the events tab on the website that you can click on to get into the group for free. And oh my gosh, thank you so much, Barbara. You are so sweet. And you have a fantastic name, by the way. I should throw that in there also. Last week, Jan said she bought Kelly a new trimmer. She'll help me get a new printer. Thank you guys so much. Oh, you guys are the best. Stamp Happy Academy members get them for free. Otherwise, it's just a $15 fee, and it is well worth your $15. Trust me. Okay. Classes for the month of July. We've got the Ringed with Nature online class. This is the collaborative class that the three of us do together. I have links to, at least I think I do. I have links in the description of this video. Laura, I know I shouldn't have, but we don't have anywhere else to buy things, and I just wanted it, and it was there, and I got it. So obviously, it kicked me in the butt. Okay, Ringed with Nature online class. Oh, Jan, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is crazy. What kind of a printer am I going to get? I'm going to have to really do some research now and get one that's going to be connected to my internet all the time because I need it. Oh, you guys are awesome. And Debbie says $15 is nothing for all the fun and inspiration for the kickoff. And she's not wrong. It's amazing. All right. Cheerful Basket. This is the die that I lost. Can you guys see this one? The one that cuts out the after you stamp the basket. Yeah, that is the die that I've lost. And I literally have looked everywhere and I don't know where it is. So I'm probably going to have to buy a new set. Anywho, we're going to make a card using this stuff tonight. So stay tuned. It's going to be really cute. I still have some butterfly classes left. And yeah, I'm going to do a butterfly class card. Now, the butterfly card is kind of a funny thing because I literally put it together in like 10 minutes right before I went live. I was only going to do 2 cards and I thought, no, you guys deserve 3. I've got to come up with a card. So I did. Hopefully it doesn't stink. We'll see. Okay. Stamp Happy Academy. We talk about it every time I'm live. It's amazing. A ton of you guys are in it. And all of you will tell everybody else who's watching that you should get in. So there you go. My tutorial library is full of PDF files. I uploaded it or updated it 2 or 3 weeks ago. Some extra goodies on there. And then adhesive kits. I always have these for sale if you're interested. Links to everything should be in the description of this video. And is the basket die stuck in a basket card? I don't think so, Jan. I did look. I tried to remember everything I was using yesterday, and I tried to look in everything that I used yesterday, and I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. Like I said, I dived through the garbage cans. I have like 3 or 4 garbage cans in here. I literally dumped them all on the floor and went through by hand, and I used a magnet, to kind of go around in the trash, and I couldn't find it there either. So I don't know where it is. It's probably gone forever. Or it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to find it like next year sometime in the dumbest place possible. Who knows where that will be? I don't, but if I find it, that's where it's going to be. Somewhere really stupid. Okay, so we are going to make a Ringed with Nature card. I hope you like it. It also uses, here it is. The Rings of Love Designer Series paper that you can earn for free from Celebration. So this is our online class. I do have a magnetic tray, Terry. That's the crazy thing. I have these little trays, and I was using my Baby Boss, and I was just right here, and I had my magnetic tray there, and I was die cutting all kinds of stuff. And I kept throwing the dies into the tray and throw them into the tray. And yeah, maybe my printer was hungry and ate it, Jan. That printer's on my list, let me just tell you. Okay, so yeah, I did look on those magnet trays, Mary, but thank you for the tip. I also looked at the bottom of my Stamparatus because it's magnetic, even though I haven't used my Stamparatus since, I think, last week. I looked there too. It wasn't there. Yeah, I think it's gone. So we have these Designer Series papers. This is the pattern that I'm going to use today. Teresa, I did that too. You guys have the most amazing tips, but I have done all these things. I did check my stamp cases. All the stamps that I used yesterday, I checked them all. Not there. Sadness. Okay, so here, and I haven't even had a chance to make all my paper charts. That was another thing that was on my list today, was to get these paper charts done, and I haven't done that either. There are so many things. I've just got to get with it. Okay, so here are the patterns. Let me just kind of show you. You've probably seen these. You probably have this paper, but in case you don't have it or you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you. So we will pull the patterns. We will talk briefly about them. So we have this one with these little houses that you can cut out or just use them, as they are. The back side of this is, oh, I'm missing a piece of paper, is this fun pattern that I actually used on a card for the catalog kickoff. So there you go. Okay, then we have this piece here. This is the kind of like Christmassy pattern, I guess, if you will. And then the back of that is these fun bare naked trees. And then we have this one that has a little bit of all kinds of things in here. We've got a lot of different colors. We've got some mushrooms, some leaves, just all kinds of fun stuff in here. Some little butterflies even. So much fun. Oh, you know what, Dolly? I didn't check the bottom of my ink pads. I will check that. That's one thing I have not checked, but I definitely will. All right. And this is the back side of that. Here are the little birds. And then on the back of that is, I don't know what this is. It's just like it looks like snow kind of to me or whatever. But there you go. Oh, Joyanne, you're so sweet. I have some already cut out, so I can trace around them and then trim them out, which is what I had to do for the card that I'm going to make for you guys tonight. So, I mean, it's going to work out. It's just one of those things where something like that just sticks in my head and I just can't let it go. And I'm so annoyed with myself that I lost it. And it's just driving me crazy because I can't find it. And that just drives me crazy. And so it's like I can't stop thinking about it and obsessing over it that I've misplaced it. And so that's kind of like sucked the joy out of my day, if you will. Backside of this is this fun pattern that could be like a Christmassy paper. Oh, let's see. I know, Amy, I should have somebody else look for it. I guess I could see if my husband would come in here and look. But the problem is my husband and my son, they're men and they're going to look like men. So men would walk in here and go, they'd look around and they go, yeah, I don't see it. That's how men look for stuff. At least my men. That's how my men look for stuff. And then we have this side here. So anyway, I can ask them. We'll see. They may be helpful. They may not. Sometimes my men are helpful. Sometimes they are not helpful at all. Okay. So this is the pattern I chose. So I've got some soft suede and some real red. And then I have a layer of vanilla to go on the inside. So that's going to be fun. Check the floor. Yeah, I did get on my hands and knees a little bit, Sandy, but that's a good tip. I've got some other places that I didn't look that I may have to get down on my hands and knees again. Not a big fan of that because it's difficult to get back up. But, you got to sacrifice for the die, so we may just have to do it. So I am going to attach this layer to my layer of soft suede. So this is, what is this? This is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I can still do math, even though I am very frustrated with myself. Okay. See if we can get that on there. And then for my inside piece, I have, excuse me, I had that stamp here just a second ago. Oh, it's right here. I was like, oh my gosh, if I lost something else, that's just going to set me over the edge. Okay. So that's exactly right, Donna. Men can't see what's right in front of them. So I mean, I don't want to bash men because that's not what we're about here. But my men they're not going to be able to find it. If it's not just laying out in plain sight, they won't find it. So as much as I hate to say it'll be a waste of my time to have them help me, it'll be a waste of my time to have them help me. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to take this tree ring. You know what these things are called? Did you guys know this? When you have a tree and it's cut and then they cut it again so you get like a slice, that's called a tree cookie. I did not know that. I learned that with the last set that we had. What the heck was it called? Maybe Rooted in Nature? I can't remember. We had a stamp set that had tree cookies in it. So I Googled what that term was and I found out that they're called tree cookies. So there you go. Okay. So then there are a bunch of dies in this bundle, and I have some over here that I haven't lost yet. So I cut what I think is the bottom of an acorn and the top of an acorn, and I'm just going to add them on the tree cookie. Why? I don't know, just because I thought it might be interesting. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to, this is going to be the inside of the card, by the way. So we're just going to do this. Okay. Let me put that on the little cap of the acorn. Let me scroll through here and see if there's anything that I missed. I don't think so. You guys are definitely giving me some good tips about where to look, so I will definitely be doing that. Oh, Kimberly is asking where the tip button is. Kimberly, at least on my screen, it's when you're going to like write a chat, right to the right side of the chat box is a little $ looking thing. That is the tip button, if you will. All right, so let's see. I think, Vicky says her husband always finds things. All right, Vicky, I'll ask them to look and I'll report back. I'm pretty sure I already know what I'm going to be reporting, but I shouldn't be too quick to judge, right? I should not be too quick to judge, because what if they find it? Then I'm going to be super happy. Then I'm going to feel bad that I was bashing them on live on YouTube. Okay. Anyway, so the next thing I did was I took a scrap of soft suede, and what's cool about this bundle is this is one of those hybrid embossing folders that embosses and cuts at the same time. So you've got this big die that can cut the tree cookies, and so you lay it in your folder and it kind of will click into place. You get it when you lay it in there, and you lay it, so I have it cutting side up and the Stampin' Up! Logo is right here. So I'm going to stick that down, and it pretty well gets stuck. You can't really move it. Okay. So doing that, we'll cut out, where are they? Hold on. That will cut out a bunch of these, like embossed and cut. Well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Yes, it will cut these out like this. So this one goes, where does this go? Here? I can't remember. Is it this die? We're going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Okay, so that's the one, and I think it goes. Anyways, these other dies will click into place. Oh, here it is. Okay, so then this one can go on the inside also. And so when you do that, you get two pieces. You get this and this. So these should go, oh my gosh, I am just not batting at all good today. Is this the biggest one? No, this one. Here we go. Okay, so if these were the same color, you would kind of get what I'm saying. So you can see where there's like the middle piece, which is this, the outer ring, which is this. So you can get them cut like this. Okay, which is pretty cool. You can also just not use the dies at all and just emboss a piece of cardstock with all these tree cookies on it. So whatever you want to do with it, you can do with it. All right, so let me throw all of these back into, you can see I've been having some fun playing with this because we are doing it as our class. Okay, so after all that, I just took one of these dies and cut the middle. I just cut it out because I'm going to stamp on this guy. And then this is going to go into this. Geez Louise. This is difficult. Why is this so difficult? I don't know. Okay, there's a number of sentiments in the stamp set also, so you can see there's quite a few. Thinking of you, get well, just for you, Merry Christmas, love and warmth, and happy anniversary. So I am using the Thinking of You, and I'm going to ink it up in Evening Evergreen because that's going to match my leaves. And we are going to stamp this, and I have a second one cut because I thought, you know, just the way things are going for me today, this is not going to stamp very good. But look at that. It did. So that's going to end up going right here. So then I cut a whole bunch of the little, I guess I call them foliage pieces, but they're like the leaves and the tree branches, I guess. And so what I wanted to do with these is I wanted to color them because I didn't want, you know, I didn't want to cut it out of, say, soft suede and have my leaves be soft suede, but I didn't want to cut it out of old olive and have my branches be old olive. So I just decided to cut it out, or not old olive, evening evergreen, whatever. So I'm going to color these. So I've got a light soft suede marker here. And so I'm going to color, words are hard, the tree branches with the soft suede. And then the leaves, I'm going to color with the evening evergreen. Well, at least on this particular one. Is that what I'm doing on this one? No, red. Coloring them red. So I'm going to color these real red. So this is this light? Dark. This is a dark real red. So I use the light soft suede and the dark real red. So we've got some real red leaves. And the dies do put some fun embossing into this. And you'll still be able to see that when we're done here. Okay, so you can kind of see. So now I have a branch that's brown and leaves that are kind of red. And then I also have this little guy here. So I'm going to do the same thing on it. We will do the branch in the soft suede. And it's pretty easy to do this, honestly. And then it just allows you to kind of color these. So you can make multiple colors of leaves. You could have more than one color of leaf, you know, on each branch, I guess. But I'm going to do this one in the light evening evergreen. And then I have some already done, so you don't have to watch me color every single one of these because I don't know. I just feel like that's boring. It's boring for me. All right. And then this little guy here. Whoops. Do it gently or you'll bend them. Okay, so we have a tree branch with the real red, the tree branch with the evening evergreen, and then I did a tree branch with a daffodil delight. And then I did this little thing with the soft suede and the evening evergreen and the red. Okay, so I've got all those fun little things already colored. So now we can just kind of do a little bit of assembly. So this I'm going to glue down. Actually, no, this I'm going to glue, or I'm going to attach with dimensionals. I'm going to do that first. Because if I don't do that first, then it might not be even. All right, so I'm going to put that about like that. And then this guy, I am going to squirt out some liquid glue. And we're going to come down around this, and then we're going to stick that down, keeping this raised up. Where is my take your pick tool? There we go. Okay, so we've got our sentiment raised up a little bit higher than that, and then we can just take our little pieces, and I'm just going to like tuck them in kind of randomly wherever I think I might want to put them. So I'm just going to tuck them underneath my sentiment. Oops, I got a little carried away with the glue there. Okay. And then we have these little daffodil leaves, and we'll just apply a little bit of glue And I'm going to tuck that underneath that. There we go. And then we have our evening evergreen. And I'm going to do that one up here, maybe together. Yeah, we'll do that together. So we'll add a little bit of glue on that. And we'll just sort of, like I said, have these kind of together. There we go. And then this little guy, I think I'm going to actually put it over the top. How do I want it? Maybe something like that, because I think it'll still work with the thinking. You'll still be able to read it. You'll know what it says, right? Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Oh, you're right, Pam. I've got my small little bottle of glue here. I'm trying something new with this. Instead of using the pin, I'm using a floss threader. Now, that's probably going to make a mess now that I'm thinking about it. But I discovered that the pin that comes in it can sometimes make the glue kind of rusty, and then it kind of clogged up my tube. So I cleaned it all out, and I am now, whoops, oh yeah, so that's going to work way better. So I've got this floss threader, and I'm just going to leave that in there. So I can just, whoops. You just have to be able to see the hole. That's the big thing there, is being able to see the hole. But then you should be able to. Well, I just bent it. Anywho, that's what I did, and it worked. Except now it might not work. Well, I'm gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. Okay. Anyway, I'm not done with this. Focus, Barb. So we're gonna add some dimensionals. We're gonna do 3 because you don't want your center to sag. You never want the middle to sag. Get those off. Whoops. Come back here. All right, and get that on there. Steel. Where do you get steel pins, Joanne? Do you know where to get those? Do you get them at like Walmart, or do you have to go to like a fabric store? Because I really need to get a different kind of pin, because I've tried 2 different ones and they don't work. So, but if I could find a steel pin, that would be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get some of these. I think these gold ones will probably work. Amazon. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. So I've got some of these adhesive backed seasonal sequins that actually come in your kit if you get this kit from me. So we're just going to add some gold ones here. And they'll just maybe catch a little bit of light for us. Whoops, you have to get it to stick first. There we go. So, good card. I think that would be a great card to send somebody if you're thinking about them. We've got a little bit of detail. We've got some popped up things that are going to give us a little bit of interest. And anyway, okay. So Vicki says she also uses steel pins. Okay, good to know, you guys. Sewing section. Oh, so they'll actually say on the package if they're steel then. Is that right? I guess I didn't realize that. Okay, steel pins for the win. All right, card number 1. Well, I think it was a win. I'm going to say it was a win. You know me, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not a win. Okay, let me clean up my mess. Put everything back in the bucket so that I don't lose anything, for heaven's sakes. Okay, and I'm going to just push these stamps over to the side because they'll be fine. We'll put that up there, and then we will get the stuff for card number 2. Okay. We'll do this one first. All right, so as you know, the Cheerful Basket is my class for this month. This is the one that I lost the die out of. Yeah, I've looked. It's not in here. I've dumped this out. I don't know how many times. It's definitely not in here. So there should be 3 basket dies. Okay, I'm missing the big one. So hopefully we'll find it. We don't know. All right, so I'm also going to talk a little bit about the kit. So the Cheerful Basket is a bundle. So it's a stamp set and then the full basket dies. So you can add the bundle onto your class if you want. I am going to be using watercolor pencils and our color lifter in this class. And you can also add those on if you want. Watercolor pencils, blending them with the color lifter is amazing. And I just have all of my pencils stuck in a little cup here. I don't know if I'm going to use that tonight or not. I can't remember. Then you also will get a full package of the Regals Designer Series paper. You'll get a half, there's 2 rolls of ribbon in this collection, the Old Olive Sahara Sand. You're going to get a half of a roll, half of each roll. And then the Garden Green Real Red out of the holiday catalog, you're going to get a half of each of those rolls. And then a half a pack of the adhesive backed pearls. So that's what's going to come in your kit. You can add the bundle on if you so desire. I believe the links are in the description of this video. Let's hope they are, because if they're not, well, that's some work I'll be doing later. Okay, so this is actually a card that's going to be in the class. And so here we go. It's a bit of a different kind of a card. Not completely different, but just a little bit different. I need an envelope because all of my classes to go come with envelopes. So what I have here is a 4 1/4 by 8 1/2 piece of Garden Green. I have a 4 by 4 piece of the Garden Green Designer Series paper, and I'm going to be using the plaid side. Then I can't remember what this is. Let's get the rule. Oh, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 is this layer of white. And then this goes underneath that. So this is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. So we'll have a nice little layer to go under. I have already tied my ribbon around a bottle. So I'll show you how to do that in case you don't know. So I just take a bottle, a Stampin' Mist bottle works really well. And I just wrap the ribbon around the bottle and then I tie it into a knot. And I have kind of mastered this so that I can make a pretty knot. So anyways, there would be your knot. You'd slide it off the bottle and then you would cut it. Okay. Then you'll have a loop. Then you would cut the loop where you want it to be on your card. And I've already got that done. So here it is. So we'll just set that off to the side. I just don't know exactly where I want it on my layer yet. So that's done. Okay, then we also have a layer for the inside. This is also a 4 by 4 piece of white. And I've already stamped the little apples on there. And I am going to put this little strip of Designer Series paper at the bottom here. And I think I'm going to have the polka dots show rather than the plaid. Just for something a little bit different. And so when you purchase my class kits, you get all the pre-cut cardstock pieces. And then you get some Designer Series paper and some, you know, embellishments, ribbons, whatever. And then you will cut your own Designer Series papers. But this one's pretty simple. It's a 4 by 4. Okay, so if I had a basket die, I would be able to cut out this boring, this is just a boring shape. I shouldn't say boring because it does match the stamp in the set. So if you were to stamp this basket, then the die that I lost would cut that out and it would look like this. Okay. So this is just the die cut. And actually it's not really a die cut because I literally just traced around this piece and cut this out. Then I cut this other basket piece out, which is this guy here. Okay. And then this last die gives you 3 strips. Okay. So we have 3 strips there. So what we're going to do is we're going to like create a woven basket. So I'm going to start with this piece here and the longest of the 3. And we're going to just weave this in and out of those little slots that's created by the die. Then the second largest one, we're going to start from the bottom and come up. And we're going to weave that through also. Go on, you. There we go. And get that in there where we want it to go. And then finally the bottom piece, we'll do the same thing we did with the top. And we will start at the top. Or start at the top and go under. So that the first one matches the third one. And then we've created a little kind of woven looking basket. And I don't think you really necessarily have to glue these down. I kind of feel like they'll just stay where you put them. Because we're going to end up gluing this to this guy anyway. Okay. So just kind of push them up as high as they go. Push the bottom one down as low as it will go. And then I feel like if you just go ahead and add your glue to the back, that's going to kind of keep them in place anyway. Okay. And then you're going to add this to this other one, and it just fits on there really nicely. It fits on, I think, even better if you actually did die cut it rather than trim it out with your scissors. But we're just going to have to wing it. There we go. Smash that down. Yes, that's true. They did, Mary. Okay, so then we have this little kind of woven basket. Super cute. I have another one here that I did yesterday before I lost my die. So now I have two. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so that's what's gonna be a decorative piece right here. So we're gonna go ahead and stamp our image, our sentiment on here first. And we're gonna use real red. And then the sentiment that does come in the set, this says, you fill my day with happiness. And that's what you guys are doing for me today. So thank you. I was kind of in a mood before I started this, and you guys are just so sweet and kind and fun. And so I'm not as much in a mood as I was. Maybe I can get some work done later tonight. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got that on. Then we're going to add our basket. So I'm just going to go ahead and, do I want to do this with dimensionals? Yes, I actually think I'm going to. So let me add my basket with some dimensionals here. All right, and we will set this right here-ish. There we go. And I think I'm done with this ink, so I'm going to close it so I don't stick my fingers in it, because we all know what'll happen. Barb will. Okay, so then I've already done some more die cutting. The set does come with this little kind of picnic basket, I guess like a napkin. You see the detail. So this is sweet sorbet, which I thought kind of complemented the real red pretty good. So it does give all the detail. Looks just like a handmade napkin, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the front of the basket. We'll just add a little bit of glue. And I'm going to center it, I think. You could put it off to the side. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to center it, I think. Okay. I also die cut a little basket handle. This is out of Early Espresso, and we might need our skinny little, bottle of glue here that I just squirted glue out all over. Boy, since I cleaned that out, the glue is coming out pretty good. Okay, I'm going to hold that, and then I'm going to just squirt a little bit of glue. And the reason I got this glue bottle instead of one with a plastic tip, I guess, is I just really like this little metal tip. I feel like it's a good thing to get the glue out. And so I do have these little bottles linked below. I think either that or they're in my little crafty favorites, which there's a link to that too. And then I'm going to be heading to the store or Amazon to look for some steel pins. Okay, so now we have our little basket handle on there. So cute. And then I have a bunch of apples here that I cut out. You get 2 apple dies in the set, so you can cut 2 at a time. And then we have a little die that will cut 4 of these little leaves at the same time. Looks like, oh, no, I was going to say I'm missing one. I found it. And then another little die that will cut 2 of these little like apple tops, the little leaf and the stem at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and just try adding these apples to the card in kind of a random-ish fashion. So I am going to put one down here at the bottom of the basket, like one fell out. So we'll stick that one on. I'm going to rub that glue off my fingers. And then I'm just going to kind of throw some apples into the basket. All right, so I'm going to put one like about right there. And we'll see how long this takes. It shouldn't take too long, I don't think. That one will kind of push over to the side a little. How many do I have? I think I have 8 total apples here. That one. This little guy here. Okay. And then this. I'm going to tuck underneath that one. And then we have this one. Oops, I did not mean to pick up that little leaf yet. I think I'm not going to use them all. Okay. Then we're going to add these little leafy pieces. So we're going to bring our little glue in here, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue on that little stem. And then we'll just add it to the apple. Oh my gosh, are those not the cutest little things you've ever seen? So much fun. Okay. There we go. So cute. You know what I should have done? I should have used adhesive sheets. I talk about them all the time, and I never think to use them until I'm going to glue my stuff together. And then I go, Barb, geez, Louise, come on. You should know better. It would be so much faster if you would just do that. But it is what it is. I didn't, and so we're going to have to suffer. But this little glue bottle, this little tip is working really, really well. Oops. Not on me, on the apple. Yes, Mary says this basket would hold a lot of fried chicken. Fried chicken actually sounds delicious right now, but that's not what we're having. I have to go make dinner after I'm done with this. So I told my son, I said, are you staying here for dinner? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, it's not going to be anything fantastic. And he kind of gave me a look. Like, well, sorry, I've had a day. I think it's going to be like tacos or something, something really delicious like that. Actually, I really like tacos, so if that's what I end up making, it won't make me sad. And finally, we'll add this little guy, and I realize that takes a tiny bit of work, but it's not too bad. There we go. Oh, your daughter's on the way to KFC. That is awesome, Mary. I am super jealous about that. Mary gets KFC, and she doesn't even have to cook it. Wow. That's okay. You deserve it, Mary. You probably cooked a lot of food over the years, and now it's time for someone to do that, or to get you the food. Okay, so we are going to decide where we want to put our basket on this layer so we can figure out where we want to put the ribbon. So I'm going to center the basket layer onto the designer series paper. I'm going to push that up just a little bit. And so this is about where I want my ribbon to go. So I am just going to hold on to the knot, and then I'm going to do what I always do and wrap it around to the back. So, boy, who would have thought wrapping it around to the back was going to be the hardest part of this card? Okay, and then we're going to try to make it so it's even over there, and then we'll wrap or add the tape there. And now we can add our glue. So we'll go ahead and put our seal all the way around. Ooh, hello, Yella. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce your name. If not, I'm terribly sorry. Welcome. This is her first time watching me, you guys. So, welcome. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so you get that part done. Then to glue this on, you want to be careful because you want to make sure it fits in your envelope. So here's your envelope. So just lay your card, on there like you would. And then you're going to have to put your basket on so that it doesn't go over, so it doesn't go past that spot. So, and I also don't want any glue up here because that's not going to, there's nothing behind that. So I basically want glue from here down. So I'm just going to do this. Okay. And again, hold on to the card. And we're just going to push it down until we are sure that we are not going to go outside of the envelope, because you don't want to have it taller than the envelope. Otherwise it won't fit in there. Okay, so then we're going to bring it back out, make sure it's nice and straight. It appears to be, so yay. All right, so then on the inside, you can see that I stamped some apples here. So I'm going to take these watercolor pencils, and I am looking for 3 colors. I have found that if I do a combination of 3 colors, that works pretty well. And the colors that I'm going to use are Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, and Melon Mambo. They're all marked with their names and a number, so it's easy to figure it out. And the reason I'm doing this is because this Real Red is kind of an orangey red. So it's not like real red. So I don't know, what the deal is with that, but it's fine because we can just wing it and we can just add these other colors and it'll look more reddish than it does here. So we're just going to scribble that. Oh, you know what? I need a piece of cardstock. This is just a random piece because I have texture on my work surface and the texture kind of shows through. So then I'm going to take the cherry cobbler, and I demonstrated this type of watercoloring technique last night in our catalog kickoff group, and it's just such an amazing way to color. We have blends, and blends are awesome, but sometimes maybe you want to try something different. So this is something different for you. So I'm just using all 3 of these colors, the red, the melon mambo, and the cherry cobbler. And then I'm going to use my color lifter to kind of blend it all together. So here's my color lifter. And we will just kind of push the color around with the color lifter. And I probably should have done this before I stuck that piece of designer series paper on, but it's Barb. So I'm sure none of you were surprised. Hee. And so this just kind of really softens the watercolor pencils and just gives it an interesting look, I feel like. And then you just kind of scribble it off a little bit. And then we are going to use not Coastal Cabana. I think there's here's a garden green. So we'll use the garden green on the leaves. We'll just throw a little bit of garden green on here. And then we'll blend that. And then we are just about done. I don't know what we can stamp on the envelope. We'll find something. You can do, I know what you can do. You can do some designer series paper on the envelope flap. That's always a good thing to do. Get that out of here. And we'll just add some adhesive to this layer. And then we'll add it to the bottom of the card on the inside. And there we go. Let me grab a piece of paper. We have 2 of every pattern in the package, so that's why I included the entire package. Normally I don't, but I just wanted to make sure that we had enough to use on the cards and then to use on our envelopes. And so I'm going to cut this to 2.5 by 6, and then that's going to go on our envelope flap. So when I do my envelope flaps, I take my liquid glue, and I try to get the glue close to the edges, but not so thick of a bead of glue that it's going to squish out all over. So you can see that I'm scribbling, a fair amount of glue, but the bead that I'm using is very, very thin. So we will get that on. Okay, and then you just need to take your scissors and trim the excess off, and voila, our card is finished. Okay, and I usually end up cutting the envelope a little bit when I'm trimming because, again, I also find this is probably boring to watch, so there we go. All right, there it is. What do you guys think? Oh, you know what? I need to add some gems because there are some gems in here, and I think these little gold ones would look cute on here. So they're really shiny, which is really fun. So we'll just give our, ooh, look at that. We could stick it on that apple. How's that? Oh, you know what? We should stick them all on apples. You know how sometimes apples have like that little highlight on them? I'm not going to try. I'm just going to leave it. Okay. So cute, you guys. I have had so much fun with this bundle while I had my die. Yesterday, I made all the cards. I have to shoot the videos for them, so they're not completely done, but I know what they all are going to be, and they're all super cute. Just as cute as this one, honestly. So if you're interested in the class, the link is in the description of this. Ooh, I just dumped all my pencils out. The link is in the description of the video, and that would be awesome if you want to get it. I am planning to have all the kits out of here next week in preparation for me going on vacation. So, geez, Barb, don't lose those dies. And we will hope that I find my die, because I'm still kind of sad about that. All right, let me get all these things out of the way. We'll put the card over here so we can bring it back at the end of the show. All right, last card. Okay, this is the one that I kind of put together in, I don't even know, 5-10 minutes, because you guys needed a third card. You deserve a third card, so you're going to get a third card. All right. So I decided to use the Build a Butterfly, or Best Butterfly, excuse me, bundle with the Build a Butterfly dies, because it's just so easy to use. You can literally use this for anything, and you can make a cute card with it. Of course, it was my class to go for last month. I still have kits available, so there's my shameless plug for that. All right, so I have some pieces and parts, and it's pretty much mostly die cuts, and it's already ready to go. So I took the color combination out of this paper. This is the host paper in the annual catalog. Here are some pieces of that. There are 12 different designs, and they're all double-sided. So there's basically 24 different patterns in this set of paper. And there is literally something for everyone, you guys. Look at all these different patterns and all these different colors. It's just so much fun. I'm gonna flip it over. So here's the back sides. So this is the paper that I'm using today, and you can see there's lots of different colors. There's Pool Party, Olive, Daffodil. It looked like Blushing Bride to me, so that's what I'm going for. I actually think it's Petal Pink, but this stripe actually looked like Blushing Bride. And then Blackberry Bliss. So that's what we're going to use. So I took a piece of basic gray, and I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with this fun Painted Posies folder. How cute is that? And this is what it looks like. Lots of detail on this one. So I ran that through. We've got a piece of Pool Party cardstock here for our card base. Get my bone folder out. I don't think I used my bone folder on that last card. So that's going to go on here. I'm going to add my little strip of cardstock just across that, so we'll get that done here. But I'm going to try to do it so that it's even. So I'm going to put my layer on my grid paper, and then I'm going to just right here at this 1-inch mark, I'm going to put my paper on there. So hopefully that it's nice and straight. And then I need some scissors. Here's some. And we will trim that excess off. There we go. Okay. So then that's going to go onto the card like this. I've also used my layering circles dies, and I have a Blackberry Bliss and a Pool Party. What size are these? This one is about 2 1/4. Whoops. And this one's about 2 1/2. So if you're looking for the sizing, that's what they are. And I'm going to put these together with some dimensionals. So we'll just add the dimensional to the back of this little guy here. And we're going to layer them together. The strip was 1 by 4, Cheryl. A 1 by 4. There we go. And I'll add some glue to this. And put that right there. Press it down. Then I took some of the dies, just some random ones that I thought looked good together, and oh wait, here they are. Well, here's one. And I cut out some wings and then a body. I did the body out of Old Olive and the wings out of Blushing Bride, and now I can't find my other, is it in here? No. Oh, of course, this could not go, oh, I just found out, I was going to say, of course, this could not go without a hitch, because that just would not be the Barb way. Okay, so we're going to add our butterfly to this layer here, and I'm just going to kind of squirt the glue. Let me try this little bottle. I'm just going to kind of squirt the glue so it's just kind of right here in the center, sort of. And we'll add that. I'm going to do the same thing with this piece here, and I've got glue all over my fingers, so bear with me while I clean that off here in a second. And we'll put that one on. So this is like the chevron kind of butterfly, and then the little polka dot butterfly. And then we have our body. We'll just add some glue down the body here. right through the center of the wings. So pretty simple so far. There's really not much to this. And when I do embossing, I do like to use liquid glue just because I feel like it holds better. And we'll get that on like so. Not much to it, you guys, honestly. That's like super simple. I do have another piece of designer series paper somewhere out here. At least I thought I did, because I wanted to add this to the inside of the card. Oh, why is it everything gets misplaced when you dump it out? You would think when you dump it out, everything would just be like, oh, here it is, like just right there. Like, here I am, use me, pick me up. Okay, so this is the same pattern of paper, and we're just going to add this to the inside just because, you know, adding stuff to the inside just gives your card a little bit of a wow factor, I feel like. And it doesn't cost really that much to throw a quarter sheet of white with a, you know, strip of designer series paper, because you know you're going to end up with a ton of strips of designer series paper. So you might as well just use them. Then we're going to stamp our sentiment here on the inside. So let me get this into the card. There we go. And where's my sentiment? Oh, I know what else I was going to do. I was going to stamp a butterfly on the inside. So I'm going to kind of use the same colors I did on the outside of the card. So we'll do the body in Old Olive. And we'll just stamp it. Where do I want it? Actually, I want to put it up here. We might not really have a sentiment in this card. We'll see. Maybe just a small little spot for it. And we've got some Blushing Bride. And we're just going to put this on both sides of the wings. Oh, you know what? But I think that my wings are going to go over. See, if I'd have been thinking, I'd have done this first. But we can always save it. Barb can always save it. So I'm going to put that little piece of scratch paper there just to catch my wing, because I feel like it's going to go off the paper. And just a tiny little bit, I was correct. Now, this little guy, to me, this is a butterfly trail. And I want it to be kind of wavy. So because it's photopolymer, I can manipulate it when I stick it on my block. And I can make it do what I want. So I'm going to stamp my little butterfly trail in some Pool Party. Just like that. Then we still have room for a sentiment, so we can pull one out of the box or out of the stamp set. We're going to do Sending Good Vibes, and we're just going to stamp it right above the paper. So I need a block. Where is a block, Barb? Here's a block. Okay, so I'm going to lay that on my mat so I can pick it up. Get some ink here. Get some blackberry. There we go. Whoops, I don't think I got my S all the way. And is this on top of something? Sort of. All right, let's see how well we can do here. There. That's cute. And then, of course, we need to add some kind of bling to the front. I kind of had this weird idea when I was coming up with this card. What do you guys think? Should I put rhinestones in all these little circles, or is that going to be like rhinestone overkill, and I should not do that? And I should maybe just add some bling, you know, the standard way you add blings like that. So you guys tell me, rhinestones in the wings or that? I know it didn't make any sense. Let me see what else I have in case that's a no-go. Yeah, I kind of thought that might be Tony. Oh, that's funny. What else do we have here? What's in this? Oh, you know what? There is something that's kind of new that has Blushing Bride in it. So many embellishments to choose from. Seriously. Aha! Although that's, I don't want that. I want something that's like shiny. Like maybe these. No. Not that. Ew, how about these opal rounds? These I think will be good. Okay. We're going to use some opal rounds. So we're just going to pop some big ones off here. Oh, come on. Why won't you let me pick you up? You little bugger. Ugh. There. We're just going to go with some opal rounds because they're kind of glittery. So they're a little bit fun. They'll add just a tiny bit of sparkle. And then that's the end of that. So there it is, our kind of thing that, I don't know, I threw it together at the last minute. I hope you guys like it. I think it's kind of cute. I'm not mad about how it turned out. So there you go. All right, let me bring in the rest of the cards. Okay, so here is the card that is part of my class, my charming or cheerful basket class. And then here is our third card that we did in the beginning with the Ringed of Nature. And I want to say thank you again to all of you guys that donated to my printer fund. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you being with me tonight, having fun with me, laughing with me, getting me out of this funk that I was in because I had such a crappy day. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you guys have a fantastic night, a fantastic weekend. If you're on the catalog kickoff group, I'm sure I'll see you in the chatting in the comments. And yeah, so anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.